Hi everyone, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director on Planet Coaster 2.
And I'm Senior Executive Producer Adam Woods, and we are really excited about showing you franchise mode.
Yeah, this is our last of our deep dive series, and we're going to show you more about what franchise mode is. We're going to get some help from one of our talented creative services artists upstairs, and with the help of Arthur representing the community, we're going to do some work on franchise mode. So let's dive in. For those of you that don't know, franchise mode is one of our new game modes in Planet Coaster 2 that allows you to work together with groups of friends to create a franchise and use that franchise to compete on leaderboards in our challenges and see who has the best franchise out there.
Now, the challenge for us today is we've got a park that Rich has already put together, which is looking very nice indeed. It's got a couple of dark rides. We've got a lovely mythology-themed dark ride that has a roller coaster at the back, and we've also got this. I think it's a pretty well-themed ride already, but we're going to add a couple of bits to it. I'm going to try and add a couple of lights, a small event sequencer with some lights to the inside, and then I'm going to upload that, and Rich is going to take over and then carry on finishing off the inside of this ride as well.
And what we need from you and our wonderful community is to help us name this dark ride.
Right, okay, so look, we've got the dark ride here. Obviously it's aquatic themed. Now, chat, this is where we need your help for this very special Deep Dive Live. We want you to name the Deep Dive Live ride.
Right.
Now, I know typically when we ask for names, we get stuff like Ridey McRideface, but we're going to try and find one that fits well with this. Producer Adam will obviously pick a winner and with a person who's chosen it. So Producer Adam, if you, once you can scroll through the answers, can you just pop the answer and the person who gave that answer into chat? It's going to be randomly selected, chat. So we'll add that into the ride and we're passing. Just to prove that what we're doing is actually live. So there we go. The power is with you, chat.
Thank you very much for your help. So in this dark ride, this is something we're really excited to show. This is showing off our new lighting technology that we have in Planet Coaster 2. This is a ride inside a building, which is dark. Adam is using the lighting, the different lights to illuminate the way. This is one of our new track rides. This is a special track ride because this is one of our pre-order
This is the pre-order track rides, right? Yeah.
This is the FD Vision rotating ride, which is exclusive for pre-ordering the game. So you've got 7
days left from today to get this.
So if you'd like to get your hands on this tracked ride, then please.
And there's two more as well, isn't there? You get two more rides as
well.
That's right.
There's a water coaster and the Cube flat ride as well.
I'm so pleased you said water coaster because I say water coaster.
Water coaster
yes, because Essex till
the end.
Essex to the end.
So we're going to be Adam's set up a event sequencer, which is a really powerful tool for creating timelines of events using things like lights and the animatronics that we have and things like moving platforms to create these great sequences. And dark rides and tracked rides are really great for having those bespoke experiences for your guests as they're going around this ride.
Yeah, what I've already done is just placed 3 extra spotlights here. I've given them some different colours. Put them to the roof. The idea, give them a bit of a disco light at the beginning of the ride, just to get them in the feeling or the mood for a dark ride by turning lights on. I've set my event sequencer down there so I can trigger it off, and I've got my 3 lights here. I've added them into the timeline. I've just given them a bit of a sort of staggered effect. They sort of turn on and off as they go. I can preview the event if I want to by looking through the timeline. That light's turned on. I've got my torch on. I am in a dark ride, so I need my torch to actually be able to look around. But that's all looking good to me. I exit out of this now. Let's turn my torch back off.
It's going to get very dark.
And make sure I've got the right mode. And now you can see that those lights are affected. I've changed the colours so you could see it. They sort of turn on sequentially. I just think it adds a little something to the beginning of the ride. Yeah. But of course, I'm not the master builder. That's Rich H. So I'm going to upload this version once we pick the name from chat.
Oh, actually, yeah. We do have. Okay, brilliant. Well done, producer Adam. You've literally done the one thing we asked you not to do. Well, listen, whoever said Undersea Enigma, well done. But Adam has put in chat, lost the name. So, but Undersea Enigma.
Undersea. Enigma.
Well done.
Okay.
Undersea Enigma. So what you're doing now is dropping it into the notes, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
what we're going to do in franchise mode, it's about collaboration, it's about working together, and we're going to utilize the strengths of Rich Hudson, who's one of our creative service artists who is really good at building this amazing park and continuing. He's going to add that ride, add the name to that ride, and also finish off that bit of tunnel behind where Adam was working it's a bit bare, it's a bit plain, but he's going to use his amazing skills and the tools in game to dress that up. So,
And it was under...
Undersea Enigma.
Yeah.
So we are using the change note on the version control as we upload our version of the park to the cloud, the magical cloud. And Rich upstairs, as part of our franchise, will get the new version of the park, the one that we've just made live, and add that name and also improve the visuals on that ride, and then he'll give it back to us.
Excellent. Well, in the spirit of the 1980s, can we see Rich upstairs? Are we seeing him now? There we are, Rich. You can look. He can wave. So, Rich, to prove this is live, can you just tap your head for me, Rich? Tap your head. There we go. Look, chat. It's live. Like we haven't made this up. So, Rich is going to start doing the sign, and he's going to start theming. We're going to pop Rich's gameplay onto the screen as we chat about some other modes. Whilst we're doing that, if you do have any, if there's a lot we're covering off about franchise mode and just in general about Planet Coaster 2. We do have an FAQ, so if you do want to do that, check it out on the website. I'm not sure if we've got a bot command for that. It's !FAQ. Yeah, it is !FAQ. That will take you to the website. You can check out all those questions. But right now, what you're doing is you're watching on your screen at the moment is you're watching Rich upstairs in the office.
Yeah.
Doing the
Sorry, I
franchise
kind
mode.
of got lost in
Yeah.
watching it. I became a viewer. I was like, oh, it's really nice. Oh, okay, he's got, yeah, nice.
But
Sorry.
we've got more things to talk about. Well, so you watch this, but listen to what other Riches and Adam are saying.
Yeah. So franchise mode, as I said at the top, is a mode about working together with other people, collaborating, and then competing as a franchise against our leaderboard. So as part of that process, you'll be making a new franchise from scratch. You have to give it a unique name. Yeah. You can then identify the type of tags that you want your franchise to have to make it easier to search and filter for. So how active you guys are, what your primary platform will be, the language you want to have, or the interest, stuff like that. And it'll allow other people to find your franchise and potentially join it as well. So it'll make it a lot easier to find. With the membership type, whether it's invite only or whether you want to have request, and then a franchise code, which I find very cool. Special. So when during development, we wanted to recreate the My 3 Words geographical stuff. There's a better way to describe that. But we felt one of the server guys had a great idea of, what if we use Planko as the words? So the franchise codes, which are unique for your franchise, that helps other people find your franchise really quick and easy. All of the words are from the Planko dictionary, and we found that really cool. It really keeps in theme with what Planet Coaster is about. So be able to use that to find your franchise once you've made it.
Cool. And so I think I'm just watching Rich. He's just finished Undersea. I think next time we can pick a short name because Undersea Enigma is a long name. But
look how quick he's made it already. He's putting me to shame. It took me about half an hour to do 3 lights, and he's already done Undersea. Yeah. But I think also, so going back to the sort of franchise setup, we've obviously got our franchise already. That's our very aptly named Deep Dive franchise. And when we open that,
actually, Adam, can you flip back to our gameplay so we can have a go at this one as well?
We see now that we have our kind of park locations. We have to pick a starting location, and each location also comes with various sort of restrictions or starting money, starting tech points and stuff. So varying different levels of sort of challenge and sort of beginning pieces. You select them, and then you can start to branch out and select new plots that will have different restrictions upon them as well. And then start establishing parks and building up parks and see if you can open up more parks across the globe, really.
Yep. Yeah, your franchise will have a number of parks that you can have active at once. And then depending on the challenge, you might have, this park's really good for, this one's making us a lot of money per day, this one's really good for that challenge. We'll submit this challenge, this park specifically to the challenge. So as a franchise, you can have multiple different parks on the go. So you could have one focused on coasters, one on rides, one on water parks. You'll have that flexibility inside your franchise. As Adam says, there's different starting locations, there's different, each node has a different biome, different starting money.
Yeah.
The parks that you submit to the leaderboards have to be established. That's the term we use to describe.
Right, so you can't just open a park and...
You can't just open a blank park and submit it into the leaderboard. You have to have, as a franchise, engaged in that park for a while. It has to get to, I think, a minimum of 2 stars as a rating and has been open for in-game for a whole day, which is 12 hours. So it means that we can keep the leaderboard containing parks that are valid parks, ones that you've engaged with the game in, because they're not sandbox parks, they are the game. It's the management aspect. You have to make a functioning park and do it really well before you can submit it to the leaderboard.
And from here, you also access your sort of franchise management tools, kind of your sort of bread and butter tools that you might need to have. There's a dashboard to show you log of what's happened in the franchise as well, so maybe you can catch up if you've been off for a couple of days. You can see the members that are in here. Obviously, we've got some Frontier members in our franchise. You can see requests of people that have wanted to join. On the members as well, I forgot to mention, you've got different levels of control that you can give different members as well. So, you know, depending on how confident you are with your friends, you can give them more control or not. You can also remove them as well. But I think, you know, I'm not going to remove myself. I'll keep myself on this one. And then there's settings. So if you wanted to go back and maybe change your tags, maybe your play style's changed, or you know you're sort of changing how you're feeling, then you can go back and you can change them here as well. And always see your 3-word Planco code as well.
Am I right in saying you can also take different versions of your franchise? You can roll those back, right? Which I thought was amazing.
Yeah, so the parks that you've got in your franchise, because it is past the park, it's asynchronous. There might be versions of parks that are locked because someone else is editing them. Or
which you can see here, it's currently locked by R. Hudson. That's because he's now upstairs working on it, so you can see I can't do much with this park because he's got it sort of checked out.
Or there might be parks that have had work on them that you just don't like. Actually all that work did it just didn't work out for us. So we can use the version control to roll that back and kind of go through the different versions of those parks that you've had in progress. So if you like something that you were doing last week instead, you can roll back to that.
And you can also move your franchise mode into sandbox, right? If you just want to play around with it.
Yeah, so any of the parks that you've got in your franchise mode, you can then export to sandbox. And as I said, the franchise mode is about playing the game in its management, and kind of all the tricky aspects of managing it and making it successful. But if you just want to go to sandbox mode and just play around with it, you can choose one of your parks and export them straight to sandbox.
Very cool. All right, shall we check back and see let's have a see how Rich is doing. Oh, he's on the theming now. He's moving. He's putting some stuff down. Can Rich hear us, producer Adam? He can hear us. Yes, he can. A thumbs up. All right. Hey. Yeah, you've done quite a bit here, Rich. Are you close to finishing? Well, you might have to be because we're close to finishing, Rich. But it's fine. We can. I'll give you another couple of seconds, and then it's popping in a submarine, a pink submarine. That's fine. I'll let him do that.
I think it's one thing we didn't mention actually before on the challenges as well. Depending on where you place, you'll get a small reward for doing so as well.
Yes. What if you finished in the leaderboard? There's different bandings, right?
That's right. There's 4 kind of groups of prizes for you. There's bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. So these are. It's not the top 4 people. It's scaled to depending on how many people have submitted parks for that particular challenge. But there's rewards for you to display in your profile. So in the profile page in Planet Coaster, you can show off you're amazing. So if you are platinum, you get all 4 rewards. If you're bronze, you'll just get the 1. But that's there's the bragging rights for you as a franchise for how well you're working together in the game and then competing against the challenge. So we'll have an active challenge when the game comes out next week, and it'll be open for. Do my maths? I think it's another 30. It's 40 days now, but I can't do the maths.
There'll be some days after.
There's some more days after. It's at least 4
30
weeks.
plus days.
Yeah, it's about 30
plus
days for you guys to build your franchises and get together and compete against. See if you can win the prizes.
Excellent. All right, Rich, I know you haven't finished, but we haven't given you a lot of time. Can you save your version of the park and then send it back to us live? I feel like it is 1980s, live in the studio here downstairs, and we will check out the park as quick as we can. Adam, Rich, I'm really excited to see. I think it's fair to say that if you when this game launches, anyone that plays Planet Coaster can now collaborate with each other, right? Which is it's going to be a really cool thing to do. I am not the greatest at building roller coasters, but I do love to theme areas. So this is ideal for me because I can let somebody like Modo, who's another great coaster builder, he can build the coasters for me. He can send me back the park, and I can theme it, and we can carry on like that. I'm really excited to see what our players do with this. Has it come back?
Well, we're going to have a look now. I think the other thing while I'm doing this as well is to remember that it's also for sandbox collaboration as well, not just franchise.
Oh, wow.
So franchise mode is for collaboration and working, we're passing the park, but we're competing, we're using that franchise to compete. But sandbox has collaboration as well, which involves us just collaborating on a single sandbox, and we don't have to worry about being competitive. We just want to have fun and just make
create.
to create. And as you mentioned, the workshop's going to be great for sharing, for the people that are really creative, are really great at building that content, of sharing it into the workshop for other people to download in their parks.
Never gets old being able to do this and just go, and here's a park, and it's now changed because Rich has added it in. So there we go. That's now
So that's the Undersea
the
Enigma.
lovely thing. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick, let's ride it very quickly, shall we?
Yeah, let's have a little look at the what we call it, the Undersea Enigma from Name Unknown. So, chat, if you were the person in chat, you can absolutely blame Adam for there it is, the Undersea
There we
Enigma,
go.
just to prove that it was live.
Yeah, there we go.
From person or persons unknown in chat. Thank you so much for the name.
Thank you very much.
But this is the Undersea Enigma, and I know Rich will hate us, but we didn't give enough time to finish it. But I think he did a good enough job as we started, but not to discount the amazing lighting work that you did right at the start there, Adam, because I think that's what's really sold it. Actually, is these three.
I think so.
lights.
I think that's doing a lot of the heavy lifting on this one.
Yeah, like your opinion of the previous park, I think this is bold of you. I think it's fine, in my opinion.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, I think between what you and Rich have done is great. It just shows the power of collaboration. Adam's been really good at putting the lights and the event sequencer in, and Rich has come down and used
And
has used his
done
skills
better things.
But done a lot of the other aspects of this ride as well. And I really like this ride. It's one of our new tracked rides, and it's a great one. It continuously moves around at a steady speed, and it's just it's really great to see how it works. And yeah, we've got our new animatronics. I think like the singing eels, which are wonderful.
Singing eels, amazing. I hope not.
Yeah.
I won't have lent my voice to this. No one wants to hear me sing. But
Okay.
yeah.
Right, this has been us talking about what franchise mode's going to be in. Arthur, thank you so much for representing the community. Thank you to the community for their help in naming our rides. And thank you very much to Rich upstairs for just being amazing and working on the park for us whilst we've been talking about it. So this has been our last deep dive talking about Planet Coaster 2. This one has been about franchise mode. Thank you very much.
Thank you.